Here's the thing about anger. Sometimes we are so angry that we can't see the solution. Anger has been a big theme of this week for me. And if you're part of my weekly newsletter, you'll know, you'll have more information on that. Point of the story is anger from a surrender perspective, a surrender, letting go, emotional healing perspective. There is nothing wrong with anger. More often than not, I would say people generally, to be very polite about it, are afraid of being angry. They're afraid of expressing their anger. They're afraid of expressing their disappointment. They're afraid of expressing their sadness. So what do? We bottle it up. We suppress it. We don't let it out. But what happens when we don't let it out? We bottle it up. We suppress it. We don't let it out. But what happens when we don't let it out? Well, we bottle it up, or we suppress it. We don't let it out. So it just keeps accumulating and accumulating and accumulating until something happens and it pops. Now, I say this very interestingly because everyone has different anger triggers. It's usually something that we've suppressed. It's like similar, might not be the same, but similar. For me, I used to get tremendously angry around finding parking. If I can't find parking and it's been half an hour of me driving around, I might get angry. But the problem with anger isn't the fact that we got angry. You know, I often say, oh, it's not the fact that you got angry, it's the fact that you didn't get angry enough. But let's look at anger now from a surrender perspective. When people say, oh, you've got anger issues, I would say from this perspective, from the perspective of looking at your emotions and surrendering to how they feel to allow ourselves to heal them and evolve through them at the most organic, deepest, powerful way fucking imaginable. The only anger issue we had was not allowing ourselves to feel it, rather than being angry in the first place. So, what is anger? Anger, from a surrender perspective, is stuck energy around feeling violated. It's having our boundaries violated, and we get really angry when we don't necessarily feel that. It's like our wires have been crossed in the wrong way. So when we get angry, anger is a powerful fucking emotion. Anger moves mountains. Anger, when we are fucking angry, when we let ourselves be fully angry, it's that energy that you say to someone, stop it, and they feel it deeply at a deeper level. Anger, and I'm not the only person to say this, anger has momentum behind it. Whenever I'm helping someone through a situation where they are feeling sadness, whatever, more often than not, when we surrender to the sadness, anger comes up. And I'm excited by the anger because anger means they're about to take action. But what happens then when we surrender to anger? Well, we let that energy move. We let that energy inside of us evolve and then transgress and step up to its next logical form. So this week has been, for me personally, a big theme around anger. I got really angry at parking. And what happened with the parking? Well, got really angry with the parking, drove around for half an hour looking for parking, could not find it, did not want to pay. Finally realizing that the anger got so much that I just had to surrender to it. I'm going to let myself feel angry as I need to be. The anger then started to subside and became very logical. At the end of it, I ended up finding parking. This is for when I was meant to donate blood. Meant to, because I know Allison, you were like, oh, good on you. In the end, I couldn't, because I couldn't drive home afterwards, because last time I felt really faint. So I had to postpone it. But I spent half an hour looking for parking. Finally, then, when I surrendered, was I able to see that a car yard that I had driven around many times was cheap. And then once I parked in there and went to the blood donation area, where I was actually finally surrendered to my anger, so I was able to express it rather than being like, oh no, we don't get angry. No. We're better than getting angry. I was able to express it to the person and said, I'm sorry I'm late. I was looking for parking for half an hour to 40 fucking minutes. And they were like, oh, where'd you park? I was like, at this car yard. Here's a free voucher. You can get it for free. That expression, that experience in itself, anger is like it's like a bubble. It's something that needs to be looked at. It's something that needs to be surrendered to. Because then that energy moves. When that energy moves, we will get the results that we want, but in a way that is much more deeper, much more profound. Someone this week in my own life, for example, pissing me right off. So I surrendered to the anger. There was a point where I reached a boiling point, where I was literally the words coming out of my mouth where I'm going to tear this person a new asshole. Because finally, I was letting myself be angry. By the time I reached that person, my anger had gone. It had subsided, and all that was left was clarity, and that instead of being angry with this person, I've been angry with this person for my entire life. Why not just be friends? And not only that, from that immediate perspective, my attitude changed, and I immediately started communicating with this person in a way that they needed to hear, that communicated friendship. And sure, there could have potentially been more arguments, but every time, because I was clear, they were clear. When we heal us, we heal the other person. When we heal ourselves, we heal everyone within our aura, within our vicinity. So why am I sharing this today? I invite you now, surrender to anger. Let yourself feel it. Let it come up. Let it transform to its next thing, which is action. Anger has energy. So let your fucking energy out. Tag someone you're angry with. Nah, don't do that. Tag someone you think is great, or share this video with someone you think is great. As always, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment them. Any topics you'd like to talk on. I know I have a huge old fan base of people who like me talking about dating, so if that's still something you want, let me know. If you want my help personally, we can organize a call or a time. If you're serious, I'm serious. That's it. Talk to you soon.